Hey guys! Okay, so Figgy, you have a lot of books. I don't have that many books. I have about one. No, I'll be back. Okay, so right now I have 4 books, all of which I have not read. Okay? First of all, I got these two. I started reading this one, but it was around a time when I was really lazy about reading and I didn't finish it, so I think it's about fairies though. This is the second one, which I haven't read, of course. Why is this backwards? Figgy, just like you, I got these ones. For beating an addict on Pulse-It. Of course, this was my prize. I haven't read them, but I have read some other books, which I don't have now. Okay, I read stuff online, or I used to get books from the library. So I'm back in my grandma's house. Random fact, you can tell it's very grandma-y here, right? Look, this is my grandma's house. It's very much grandma-like. Okay, so anyways, honestly, this is kind of embarrassing, but before I read Twilight, I really didn't read at all. So Twilight was kind of my first book, which is probably why I found it so exciting. I really don't remember a lot of the books I've read. I know I read Lemonade Mouth because it was a very kid book, and there was a movie Disney made. It was a good movie. It was a good book. Oh, I read this really good book. It was called Shiver. I remember it was about a girl and this guy, of course, and he was some sort of part wolf thing, but it's not like your usual werewolf. It's more like when it gets super, super cold, they turn into wolves. You know what I mean? It's different. There was this one called Divine Something. That was also about werewolves, but I don't remember that one at all. There was Strange Angels. I think it's about 5 books. I've only read the first 3. It's a good book. Okay, it's about this girl. She lives with her dad. Like, her mother died somehow. Well, I know how, but I'm not gonna say in case you want to read it. I don't know if you have read it yet, but anyways. And so, well, she calls it the real world. What is like, vampires and zombies and werewolves and all that stuff. That shouldn't be the real world. But that's what she calls that section, and then real life is something else she calls it. Her dad turns into a zombie and tries to kill her, and she's stuck with this friend she made at school because she was a new kid. And then some stuff goes down. The new kid ends up getting bitten by a wolf. In the end, she goes to this Scala, I think that's how you pronounce it. But there's a bunch of other supernatural stuff there, and she's learning about herself and a bunch of stuff. Why did I find this interesting? I don't know. I thought it was a good book though. Of course, I read The Mortal Instruments, which is probably my favoriteest book ever. Books. But it's a really good book. Like, there's a lot of action and a lot of feels and stuff. What else did I read? The Uglies books. That one's a good one. I like those settings where it's like the future. Like, oh, the Hunger Games too. I read the Hunger Games. It's like a future. I think it's exciting because you never know what's really gonna happen in real life. And in these books, you can like imagine stuff. I also read Alex Flynn. She does like different mixes of usual fairy tales. Like, I read one where it's like Sleeping Beauty in real life. It's pretty cool because you can imagine, like, if somebody slept for 1,000 years, what it would be like if they woke up in our time. And like, it's very different, obviously. There's not many books I've read that I remember. I know I read a lot more than the ones I mentioned, but these were the ones I remembered. There's books I would have read if I would have known about them before. For example, books like Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, all of that. Like Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist. I can't really think of any more. But these are just like movies I saw and I was like, that was a good movie. I wish it was a book. And then later I found out that it was a book and I was really sad because I didn't read it before the movie. Me, I don't like watching a movie and then reading a book. I think it just ruins everything. I like reading the book and then watching a movie. It makes it much better, in my opinion. Anyways, that's it with me. I need to read more often. I'm forgetting about my passion for books. It's not a passion for books. It's just I like reading when I have nothing else to do. So I was talking to Jake yesterday, you guys. And we were talking about this thing I got all excited about. Because I went to the store and I found this thing. And I told him about it. And it's like the most best thing ever. It's delicious. Look at this. See, it looks like a chip. But wait a minute. Alright. Look at this. There's chocolate inside. That's my slobber. I slobbered all over it. I don't know if Benny, if they have this where you are, but they don't have it where Figgy is. And it's the most delicious thing ever. Heaven. Nuevo. It's really good. Maybe I can send you guys some food from here. It's really delicious. I have to go to work soon. Bye, guys.